you guys again. I know in our last session there were a lot of things we talked about, but a big thing was kind of just in our previous sessions as well, you know, for Mom, just wanting to be able not to worry as much about Sam, and for Sam, feeling like Mom does worry about you more than she has to, and wanting to be a little more independent and a little more autonomous. And I just wanted to check in today and see how things have changed, or how you guys have been doing since our last session.
And she didn't go to a party again, so that was good. We've just kind of been continuing with her making breakfast and me trying to text her less, and then we did yoga on Saturday. So overall I would say this was a good week.
That's amazing.
I did hear from her father though, and so that was its own whole thing.
Well, it sounds like just even in the past week there's been a lot of improvements that you guys have been noticing. Getting to make your own breakfast every day, going to yoga together, that's huge steps since even our first and last sessions. I wanted to check in with you, Sam. How do you feel like the past week has been?
I don't know, kind of like meh, probably.
Why do you say meh?
I don't know, I just feel like sad. And so I don't know, I think I just feel pressure. Even though you don't really talk about that, Mom, like I feel a lot of pressure.
Could you tell me a little bit more about this pressure?
Yeah, I just feel like you have all these ideas in your head of like what I should be like, and I just like don't meet any of them. And I know that like you were a dancer and I did do ballerina as a kid, but like obviously I don't dance anymore. I don't like ballet. And so I feel like even that in general, like of course the memory you bring back in counseling is like when you took me to ballet, because like that's probably what made you feel good. But like, and you didn't really eat tons of cereal growing up, and like it like you begrudgingly give me cereal. Like I just feel like I had some, that's why I connected more with Dad, because like we have more interests. You know, like I like rock and roll and I love like hard like punk music, but she just like is complete opposite. And so I think that was kind of a realization I had this week when like I was honestly thinking of like what we were listening to on the car ride back from yoga. And I'm like, you know what, like Mom and I don't even have the same interest in music. And so, I don't know, I just feel like when I changed it to my station, like I could tell like you didn't like it. And like you didn't say anything, but like I could just like get the sense that you didn't like it. And so I just feel like pressure, I don't know, that, yeah, I'm not like meeting what she wants me to meet.
Pressure. It sounds like a lot of things were coming up for you this past week. Were there any specific triggers that kind of made you feel that way?
Well, the whole thing that happened with Dad this week. Him calling.
Yeah, I didn't hear like what he said to her, but I talked to him for a few minutes and it was bad. But I feel like that's like a me and her dad thing. I don't know. I'm like trying not to bring her into it, so.
And how would you say that talking to your dad has kind of impacted you in this past week, or even things with your mom?
Well, Hugh and I were planning a trip together, and he was planning on sending me, like, paying for my tickets to go to Alaska to see him. And we were gonna go, like, hike Denali and stuff, and all these fun things. And he, like, now has a business trip, and so, like, no, it can't happen. And so I asked if he would, like, come here, but he's not able to. And so I think that, like, I had it on my calendar, I was excited for it. So, yeah, that's why I'm sad, because I was hopeful to see him.
That's really hard when something you were looking forward to and planned kind of unexpectedly shifts. I think I'd like to hear, just for both of you today, how could I be helpful for you guys?
I don't know, I just think it's worth talking about that, like, I am developing into my own person, and, like, she has to recognize that I'm not gonna be, like, the most perfect daughter, and I feel like she just has, like, these unfair expectations of me. Like, of course I'm gonna drink, my friends do, you know, like, that's a really high expectation of her. And I don't know, I think, I don't know, even having cereal, like, once a week, that, like, is so dumb. Like, all my other friends can eat cereal whenever they want. And so it just, I feel like she just has unrealistic expectations of her because she wants me to, like, be exactly what she wants me to be, not who I want to be, you know?
Has your mom said anything to you this week that kind of made you feel that way? That there's unrealistic expectations?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the alcohol thing that happened a couple weekends ago, and her just reiterating that, like, it is against the law, but, like, yeah, a lot of things are against the law, but people still do them, you know? It's, like, not that big of a deal. That, and then, like, my grades have kind of, like, gone down a little bit, and so she's, like, super worried about that. And yeah, my performance in track hasn't been as good recently, and so she's, like, was telling me that, like, all these things are, like, getting worse.
I was asking her what was going on, because I don't know what's going on with her. But yeah, like, I guess I have higher expectations of her than, like, someone who drops out of school. You don't have to have a 4.0, but, like, that's where I'm, again, like, worried that, like, maybe she's not gonna finish her education or not gonna go to college. I think, like, those are priorities that we held as a family, and I know, like, you know, I'm the only one holding those priorities, but I, like, think that getting your education is important, and we saved money for her to go to college, and that's part of why I have the job. So yeah, I'm concerned when I see her grades slipping.
I'm gonna be fine, Mom. That happens to everyone.
I just thought maybe, like, something you didn't turn in. So, like, you needed to be more on top of your schoolwork.
Yeah, like, she went onto my Canvas and she looked at my grades and looked at my homework assignments. Like, that's my stuff. Why would she had asked me, like, pointed me out saying, Sam, this is, like, what is due. And so, like, I knew it was due, but I was gonna pass it in a daily and be fine. But she like got on me and was like, Sam, have you even started this? And I said no. And then she got pissed at me. But like, it's fine. I ended up doing that, passing the day like I told myself I was going to. And like, I'm fine with that. But she like freaked out about it. And she went on canvas, like my canvas. Don't you think that's weird?
How did you feel when she did that?
Betrayed? Like, school's my
That's
thing.
dramatic.
That's a boundary. Like, you don't need to cross that. Like, I get that you care, but like, I'm in high school now. If you want me to go to college, wouldn't you expect me to be like take ownership of my own education?
Yeah. I expect you to. But like, I get worried. We had your midterm grades come to the school, or come to the house. That's why I checked the grades on the canvas. Like, I don't go in weekly checking your grades, but there was a reason to be concerned, and then there was like something that hadn't been done, and I had asked her before I went on the canvas of like, tell me what's going on with her grades, and nothing, you know. So I like do what I feel like is in my power to do, which is go on and check.
Did this happen in the last week?
Yeah. Don't you think though? Like, aren't you on my side about this?
Well, it sounds like your mom is worried, and for you, her going and checking your grades, there's a sense of betrayal there because this is something personal.
Right. Don't you hear her saying that? That
I
it is
want to go
personal?
back to that mom is worried for you, and that Sam feels a little bit hurt by that crossing of that boundary. I wanted to ask, kind of, just for you guys, like, what do you guys want to see for your relationship? At least just in the next few days, since this past incident, what would you like to see change?
I want her to talk to me about things. Like, why they're going on. Like, if you need help with your grades or your assignments, then I'm here for you.
But I feel like you're gonna judge me if I ask you for help. Or if I tell you things, I feel like you have a judgment towards me. Or if you don't have a judgment, then like, I feel like you do in your head. If you don't communicate it.
And feeling as if mom is judging you, does that kind of make you not want to talk to her or share as much?
Yeah.
And what do you think would have to change for you to be able to feel a little bit more comfortable talking to mom?
I don't know, for her to accept where I'm at and things, and not her forcing her agenda on me.
What does accepting and not forcing her agenda look like?
These questions are hard. I mean, like, the best example is, I think she wants me to be a 4.0 student. Because I've been that way before. And so, because I'm not that way now, it's like the example of her coming into my room the other day about not finishing the assignment and passing it on late. I'm fine with that. But she was like, Sam, like, I know you can do better. And so I was like, well, what's wrong with me? Like, I can do better. Does she think that I'm not good enough? And then I was like, fuck it, like, I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. And I can kind of see where you're coming from, Mom, because, like, I know that you get that, like, I can do better, but, like, I don't care. So, like, just because you care and just because I don't care as much as you care, like, that's okay. I don't know. And maybe it's not, but, like, to me, I don't know, I just feel like we're on different pages in that. Like, Dad never cared.
Your dad, whatever, he had different ideas about grades. He had his own life that he was worried about, which felt different than the life that we had together. But I just want to make sure you're doing the best that you can. That's literally the only thing that's important to me.
I am doing the best that I can.
But she's like,
But I what?
this is the best that you can. Because I feel like you just said like 2 minutes ago that you feel like you could do better, you used to do better. And that's where I'm like, and that you don't really care about grades anymore, and that you don't really want to do well in school.
Yeah, because right now I don't care.
But like, what about your future?
It's not gonna impact me that much.
Was there a time, I know Mom, you mentioned there was a time you felt like you cared, and I'd like to hear a little bit more about, was there something that changed for you to not care as much?
Yeah, my parents got divorced.
That's a big one. And so it sounds like when Mom kind of said, like, I know you can do better, it made you feel like your mom has these expectations of you that you can't really meet. And I'm wondering what it would look like for you, and what that means for you to not meet your, like, with Mom just not thinking about her expectations, but what are some goals that you have for yourself? What are things you want to see for yourself?
I just want to have fun, honestly. I feel like it's been so tense at home that I need things to like forget. I don't want to think about things.
Yeah, there's a lot that's going on for both of you at home right now. It's kind of difficult at times to look ahead when there's so much tenseness. And I want to talk a little bit more about that, seeing both your goals, Sam, and Lynn, your goals as well, for not just for Sam or your relationship, but your own personal goals and how we can work together and really seeing that. But why don't we take a break? I wanted to just kind of talk again about, maybe I'll come back to you, Lynn, just how you would define your goals for your relationship with your daughter.
Well, I feel like we've talked a lot about like trust and communication. I want her to feel like I'm supporting her in the things that she wants. I want her to feel like I care about her, because I do. And I feel like sometimes the things that I do go unappreciated. And I don't need like appreciation or like thank you all the time. But yeah, I guess I just want her to know that like I'm doing things because I care about her.
You care about Sam.
Yeah.
Does Sam know you care about her?
Yeah. Yes.
Sam, do you feel like you know your mom cares about you?
I guess so.
What are the things that your mom does that make you feel cared for? What are some things you've noticed?
I mean, she makes dinner. And she does ask me, like, how my day is most of the time. If I do forget something, I guess she does come and bring it to me. That's cool.
So hearing that, how does that make you feel? Even as you were saying you want Sam to know that you care for her.
I'm glad that she can see the care that I'm putting into those things.
Sam, how do you feel? Do you care for your mom?
This is making me feel uncomfortable.
We can move on to something else. I'd like to hear, I guess, just your goals for your relationship then with your mom.
I don't know, that you would like enjoy the things that I enjoy, or at least try to. And not fight so frequently. I feel like it's really easy for us to like get heated up and for us to like fight.
How are some ways that your mom could work towards that goal that you have?
Probably by like joining in things that I like.
You always say I can't come to your targets. So like, we found yoga. What other things would be important for you to share with me?
I don't know, maybe like watching a movie. Or you know that I love like Indian food.
Okay.
Maybe go to an Indian restaurant.
Do Indian food.
Yeah. You guys have, I know during our time, been able to go to the grocery store together, start yoga. Sam, you've been making your own breakfast. I think, as we go on to finding an Indian restaurant, maybe Sam, you can choose one and you guys can go together, find a movie as well. Is there anything how does that sound for you guys?
Yeah, we're going to do things that you know that I care. Like, I might not always have the same interests as her. Like, I think she's really right. But, like, her style of music is different, and I'm a little more girly, and, like, I like I tried to get her to let me do her hair and, like, dress her. And that worked when she was little, and like obviously she hates that now. But like those are the things that I love.
Of course.
So like those are the things that we were able to bond over, when she was younger.
Yeah, like shopping's hard because I feel like you want to get the things that I think are disgusting.
Yeah, we like can't go shopping together anymore because she's just upset. But I give her money for her to buy her own clothes. And I feel like that's been how I'm letting you find your own style.
Yeah, I guess that's like a good thing.
Sometimes she wears these things that I think are ridiculous.
Like what?
Like when you had that shirt that was, it had like, cutouts.
Oh,
Do you remember that shirt?
Still have it, I still wear it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, there were ways in which you connected before, but Sam is growing up and things kind of change. But you can find new things, right? Even if you don't necessarily have the same style or music tastes. Yeah, going to an Indian restaurant, doing yoga, figuring things out together as you're growing, as you're changing. There's new things to explore.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about it that way before, because it does feel like a little bit scary as a parent that she's like finding her own interest. Like, obviously I know that that's what I want for her, but like then we don't get to connect on the same things that we used to, and I don't understand her music or her style always, but I don't want her to think that that's not because I don't care about her or like because I disapprove of it. It's just different, and we can find other things that we want to do.
Yeah. Lots of times, I think seeing change, change is something that's scary, and it can be difficult, but it can also be a really good thing. It's a natural thing that happens.
We've just had a lot of change recently that
Yeah.
does feel really scary and hard, so I don't like seeing things that change with her, but maybe I can be more open to it.
Okay. You know, I think in our session today, we've been able to lay out some relational goals for you guys, and being able to connect more, and seeing Sam see that you do care, and for you, Lynn, or for Sam, seeing that your mom cares for you, but also that you are changing and you're growing. And I'd love to hear in our next session just how it goes the next week, finding an Indian restaurant, maybe having a meal together, seeing a movie together. So it's okay if it doesn't happen either, because things do get busy, but it'd be great to hear how it goes. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about it next week, and thanks for coming out today. I know it's not easy, but you guys came, and I'm seeing some positive change.
Thank you.